Welcome to the Genian NAC video release notes for version 5030, new features and enhancements. The following features and enhancements will be covered in this video. Server and sensor logs are now available in the UI. SNMP VLAN assignment is now available via the UI. Both a pre-admission and post-admission radius authorization policy has been added. Server and sensor logs now available in the UI. The main system log, radius, sensor, and other logs are available. This negates the requirement for CLI log gathering and uploads. Both a live log viewer mode and download option is available. To view debug logs from the UI, from the main dashboard, click on System. Then under Service, click on Debug Logs. From there, expand the System folder. That will display several logs. Center D is the main system log. If you click on this log, it will launch a real-time viewer which updates every 5 seconds. You can increase the number of lines displayed if you wish. If you would like to view the entire log, click on the View All button. In the event the log is too big to be displayed, you will see this line and you can click on either the download hyperlink or the download button to download the entire log for offline viewing. Other logs are also available, such as the radius log and sensor log. Raw scanning logs and the web server logs are also available, but typically not required unless requested by support. SNMP VLAN assignment via the UI. This feature enhances the existing switch management features that are available in Genian NAC. VLANs may now be assigned to switch ports through the UI. This negates the requirement for CLI VLAN configuration for ports. To assign VLANs to switch ports from the UI, from the main dashboard, navigate to Management and then Switch. From there, click on the switch name from the switch list, then click on the port you would like to make changes to. Locate the VLAN field and enter the desired VLAN ID. If you click the Send SNMP command, it will make the changes live. You can also enter a description. You also have the ability to perform admin shutdowns as well. If you would like to automate a port shutdown based on an enforcement policy, click on Policy, Enforcement Policy, click on the desired enforcement policy, scroll to the Enforcement Options section. Under Switch Port Blocking, toggle it to On. In this section, you can then enter the SNMP write community string. You can optionally add a message here which will be appended to the port description. You can also add a port description text match which will exempt a port shutdown for a port that matches or contains that description. And finally, you can enter the number of MAC addresses for a port. If the number of MAC addresses connected to this port is larger than the number entered, it will be exempted from the port shutdown. Pre-admission radius authorization policy. This feature allows for attributes to be assigned during the authentication process. It supports multiple options for conditions. It includes a predefined list of attributes available to choose from, and also allows for direct input. That allows you to configure any attribute that you would like to use. These attributes assign the proper level of network access via radius. Post-admission radius authorization policy. This feature allows for attributes to be assigned after authentication has completed. Like the pre-admission authorization policy, it supports multiple options for conditions, contains a predefined list of attributes available to choose from, has a direct input option that allows you to use any attribute. This is typically used based on criteria other than identity. Examples include the location of a device, the device type, and the device agent or posture security status. For example, a device without an agent installed can be quarantined and prompted to install an agent via captive portal. Let's review how to assign radius attributes in the system. From the main dashboard, click on Policy. Under Enforcement Policy, click on 8021X Policy. Click on Tasks and Create. Give the policy a name, assign it the desired priority, and then we will create our conditions and our attribute values. For this example, we will just match on the username attribute being a member of a particular group. We will add this condition. Note that if this environment had already been synchronized with Active Directory, you could also use Active Directory groups here as a condition. To assign the particular radius attribute or property, select the desired attribute from the drop-down list. This list includes several pre-configured options, but there is also a direct input in which you could enter any radius attribute you would like to for your particular networking environment. For this example, we're just going to assign a VLAN ID. We'll click Add, and then click Create. When we click Create, it adds a new 8021X policy. It says that if you are in the user group User All, assign VLAN 100. This example shows you how to configure a pre-authentication policy. This means the radius attribute will be assigned during the authentication process. However, you may want to configure post-authentication radius policies. In that scenario, you will click on Enforcement Policy, select the desired policy that you would like to modify. Once inside of this policy, scroll down to Radius Control, change Radius COA from off to on. Here, you have a drop-down of various radius attributes. You can disable a port, re-authenticate a host, or send a particular radius attribute. This means you can assign any radius attribute, including vendor-specific attributes, general radius attributes, captive portal URLs, or whatever is appropriate for this particular policy and your environment. Click Update, and that will be assigned to your policy. In addition to what was covered in this video, many other improvements have been made to the product with this release. To view additional release notes information, visit docs.genians.com.